Greetings, drifters of the dark. This is Galactic Invaders, transmitting across memory, space, and signal decay. I'm Cosmic Ocean, your humble frequency host. And tonight's theme is one close to the static of every soul, the outsider. Maybe you were that kid who didn't quite fit. Maybe you still are. In the arcade, at the dance, in your family, in your own skin, feeling like you're floating just a bit too far from the rest of the constellation. But tonight, we tune into the power of being different, of standing alone and standing tall, of outsiders who became heroes and weirdos who solved worlds. Strap in, stay strange, and let's begin this journey with a song that knows what it's like to be left out, but never left behind. This is Broadcast in the Wrong Language.
I said the words, but they didn't land. Like I was glitching in a foreign band. I showed my heart through static haze, but they just stared like I was strange. Every signal, every sound just kept falling to the ground. I've been broadcasting in the wrong language, writing my soul in the margins, tuned too far from what they know, wired to care but made alone. But even if they never hear, I'm still here, still clear, still real. Still real. I wore the codes I couldn't break, spoken rhythms they never take. I laughed in keys they didn't learn, still burn with hope they'd one day turn. I never fit inside their bed, but I still reached out with both hands. I've been broadcasting in the wrong language, living like I'm in transit, spelling dreams they couldn't read, the real ill enough for me. Even if they pass me by, I still try, still fly, still sky. You don't have to decode me to know I'm worth the frequency.
That was Broadcast in the Wrong Language. A song for those of us who've tried to speak, to share, to reach out, only to feel like we're speaking in a code no one's ever bothered to learn. But here's the thing. Some transmissions don't land right away. Some are caught in delay, floating in orbit, waiting for the right soul to tune in. You may not be understood by everyone. You may not fit inside the band they're all tuned to, but your frequency is real, and it matters.
I've stood in rooms that buzzed too loud, where laughter felt like a lockout sound. I smiled too long, spoke too late, and felt the exit more than fade. I tried to shrink, I tried to stay, but ghosts don't get much room anyway. These are the rooms I never belonged in. Names they said wrong, smiles that were thin. I was polite, I played along, but silence was where I was strong. No, I don't knock, I don't pretend. I've learned to leave, not beg to mend. The dress, I said the line, but none of it ever felt like mine. I poured my light into their shade and called it love, what a masquerade. And now I see it for what it was, not rejection, just the wrong cause. These are the rooms I never belonged in. Their jokes were weapons I kept within. I stayed too long to prove some point, but now I only light my own joints. I don't sit at tables set for war, I find new doors. And in the echo of all I lost, I finally heard my own applause.
That was Rooms I Never Belonged In. And maybe you know that feeling too well. The spaces where your name was misspoken, where your laughter felt like a disruption, and your silence was the only thing that fit. But here's the truth, Star Traveler. Not every room deserves your presence. Not every table is built for you to sit at. And not every invitation is worth accepting if it costs you your voice. Leaving isn't weakness. Sometimes it's the bravest thing you can do. You walk out, not because you failed to fit, but because you finally realized you were never meant to shrink that small. You're not the echo in their halls. You're the architect of new doors. This next track is for every outsider who never got the invite, but showed up anyway. For the rebels with messy hearts, for the glitches, the gamers, the ones who wear the past like a denim jacket, with every badge earned in pain and pride. This is more than survival. This is strange, but still standing. Turn it up.
They call me strange behind my back, like it was something I should like different men defective, like quiet men rejected. But I've learned how to stay, even when they look away. I'm strange, but still standing. Awkward, loud, or barely landing. I don't fall just 'cause you don't get me. I grow up when you forget me. You don't have to understand me. I'm strange, but I'm still standing. I dress like stories never told. Speak in colors, break the mold. I've been the joke, the outcast sketch, but this weird heart's hard to stretch. They try to edit who I am, but this is not a diagram. I'm strange, but still standing. Uncool, raw, and never branding. I won't shrink just to be accepted. I'm not lost, I'm just protected. You don't have to stand beside
And now, signals from across the stars. It's time for galactic correspondence, your transmissions, your truths, and your tales of feeling a little other. This first message comes from NovaTrick93, who writes, I spent most of school in the library pretending I didn't exist. Turns out, I was just waiting for the world to catch up with me. I too have pretended not to exist. It is called stealth mode. Highly effective during unpleasant social gatherings. Well, you're quite good at vanishing when someone mentions feelings XNDR. Next transmission, this one's from Luna Faye. Being the outsider hurt until I realized being different wasn't the wound, it was the armor. Poetic, Luna. You belong right here with us. Armor is an excellent analogy. I recommend metaphorical exoskeletons for all emotionally vulnerable humans. Same, but maybe with glitter. And finally from Anonymous. I used to think no one would ever understand me. Now I realize maybe I wasn't made to be understood. Maybe I was made to create. Creating is a form of understanding, even if no one else notices. Keep sending your signals, misfits. You're not alone. This universe, it's yours.
Lost in our 8-bit arcade phase. Tetris hearts falling slow, making sense of what we know. Some friends faded, some remain, but those old ghosts still play the game. I close my eyes, still right there, leveling up like we didn't care. Life was simpler, blocks fit tight, under glowing screens on Saturday night. Was louder than the noise. Your hands the fastest of the boys. You hearts block by block, lining up what time forgot. No reset, no second run, just fading scores and setting sun. But if I could press start once more, you'd be waiting at that arcade door. We'd play again until it's dark, old friends, old songs, one final spark.
Greetings. You are now illegally tuned to the unauthorized, uncensored, unquantified frequency known across 17 dimensions as
Galactic Invaders.
a 2-hour unauthorized transmission of unauthorized music from unauthorized sources, detected in the crust of a dying satellite orbiting a forgotten sun. This broadcast may cause temporal confusion, emotional breakthroughs, mild euphoria, and unexplainable dancing in your kitchen at 2:14 a.m.
Beyond the sky's familiar face, middle sky said I was. Stars scatter white light, missiles reach just from deep, far past what we thought to find. The cosmos beckons tonight, and I can't look away. Their ships signs these beams, radio messages incomplete. Look at all that's out there now. Everything beyond Earth somehow. The signs clearer in our time, clearer than before. Ooh, we're not alone out here. They're drawing near. Those patterns in the starlight, pulsing messages we see. Data streams night after night, new worlds to view. So true, so true. The signal's stronger now, and we know what they mean. Our space holds mysteries while knowledge grows and breathes. Look at all that's out there now. Everything beyond Earth somehow. The signs clearer in our time, clearer than before. Ooh, we're not alone out here.
That was the fabulous Cosmic Signals, which had its galactic premiere right here 2 weeks ago. And I've got to say, it's still pulsing through the stars like it owns the night. Now, what do you do when the universe keeps trying to tune you out? You get louder, you get weirder, you hold your ground.
Sign my life with a thumbprint scan. Didn't read the fine print, no one can. Clocked in with retinal trust. Now I'm code in a system built on dust. Cameras blink like synthetic eyes, selling me freedom, monetized lies. Every breath is an ad in disguise, and I still can't afford to cry. I am not your debtors, not your stream, not your profit, not your dream. You can brand me obsolete, but I bleed in binary beat. You gave me chains with style and grace, but I see through your interface. Here's my glitch in your precision. I'm rewriting your decision. Nah. Had a name, they deleted it fast. Now it's just numbers in a barcoded past. They own the rain, the thought, the sound, but I'm still screaming underground. Fired my boss with a neural spike, crashed the cloud on my motorbike. They said comply, I rewrote the rule. Never trust a god in a business suit. I am not your dreader, not your scream, not your upgrade, not your scheme. You can ghost me in your code, but I'll still overload your node. You sold hope and monthly fees, but I hatched my own release. Here's my glitch in your precision. I'm the virus in your vision. The city skin is digital, and every truth is fictional. But I remember how it feels to make a choice that's truly real. I am not your cog or claim, not your market, not your game. You can clone my voice and face, but you'll never own my grace. You erase the ones who knew, but I'm still here just passing through. Here's my glitch in your precision. This is war with no permission.
They didn't take your freedom. They offered it with a 30-page contract and a smile. Some of us read the fine print and lit it on fire. This next track isn't just a song. It's a digital Molotov cocktail hurled into the heart of the machine.
Lichter flackern, Straßen leer, Schritte hallen, niemand mehr. Metallene Stimmen aus dem Nichts, doch ich verstehe ihre Sprache nicht. Funkeln flüstern meinen Namen, doch ich kann sie nicht verstehen. Jeder Weg führt ins Vergessen, kein Anfang, kein Ende zu sehen. Grau verloren im neonblauen Licht, ich suche nach Zeichen, doch finde sie nicht. Grau verloren zwischen Zeit und Raum, ich irre umher, doch bleibe ein Traum. Hologramme ohne Schatten zeigen Wege, die nicht existieren. Die Stadt pulsiert in kaltem Stahl, doch mein Herz schlägt nicht mehr normal. Kein Signal, kein Echo bleibt, nur die Maschinen, die weiter schreien. Grau verloren im Neon.
ich umher, doch bleibe ein Traum.
Some nights change the course of history, and some walls built to divide crumble when no one expects them to. November 9th, 1989. People gathered not to protest, but to witness something surreal. Concrete, steel, ideology, giving way to laughter, hugs, and the sound of hammers chipping away at fear. On one side, confusion. On the other, disbelief. And then, music, dancing, champagne on the cold stone. Strangers became brothers again. Separated families saw dawn together. This song is for that night, for the hands that reached across the rubble, for every border that's ever told us you don't belong, and for the fire inside us that says, yes, I do. This is the other side of the wall.
Mama told me stories of him, photos in a drawer, never let the light in. Half a family split by line, half a life I said was fine. I watched the towers, watched the guards, built my silence up like scars, dreamt of roads that never crossed, of time, of blood, of what was lost. And then the wall came down, bricks like thunder on the ground. I packed one bag, took one train, through the cold, through the rain, to find the brother I never knew, in a city lit neon blue. And maybe then I'd feel it all on the other side of the wall. I found him near a corner store. He said my eyes look just like yours. We spoke like strangers, tied in soul, stitched together, not quite whole. He held my name like something old, a story told but never bold. And when I asked if he had news, he paused and said he died yesterday too. And the wall came down, but not in time to bring him round. He waited years, heart-worn thin, kept my letters in a rusted tin. He never heard me laugh or fall, or say I loved him after all. He died with hope, that quiet call to the other side of the wall. Candle in the square and cried for time that wasn't there. We hugged like maps of broken lands, two torn lives and shaking hands. Now the wall is gone, but some divides still linger on. Not every wound is healed with stone, not every soul comes fully home. But I found my brother, found the truth, and stood there barefoot in my youth. We didn't fix the past it all, but we met on the other side of the wall.
One moment they're here, the next, just a shadow in your code. Funny how the universe deletes the things we never got to say. This is In the Blink of an Eye.
Falling in love, breaking apart. Forget what I told you. You don't get my heart. I'll take the burns if you'll take the scars. I'll see you down aisles and opposite cars. Washing my hands, drips on the floor. The music I like, I don't shut the door. The things that you loved, you don't love them no more. From something to nothing, in the blink of an eye, blink of an eye. I gave you my world, but you put it in the bin. In the blink of an eye, blink of an eye, blink of an eye. You've taken my words, burned them to dust, laughed at my kindness, lost all my trust. But I'll take the hits if you take the fall. I'm not fighting to win, there's no contest at all. From something to nothing, in the blink of an eye, blink of an eye. I gave you my world, but you put it in the bin. In the blink of an eye, blink of an eye, blink of an eye. Running round in quite a trance. She's gifted with a true romance, but he breaks her heart. She falls into a pit of fire, eternal doom. From something to nothing, in the blink of an eye, blink of an eye. I gave you my world, but you put it in the bin. In the blink of an eye, blink of an eye, blink of an eye.
Hello, cosmic listeners, freaks of frequency, and unlicensed radio enthusiasts from galaxies near and far, and slightly behind you. You are now tuned to Galactic Invaders, the only radio broadcast banned by 3 galactic governments, a haunted Roomba, and the Moon's Legal Council. This transmission is being broadcast from a rotting satellite, duct-taped to a coffee machine orbiting Neptune's lesser-known emotional moon, Todd. Side effects of listening may include chrononausea, accidental enlightenment, a craving for strawberry Pop-Tarts and revenge, tonight's episode, Transmission Unknown. Featuring original music beamed from nowhere in particular and hosted by the smoothest voice this side of a wormhole. He's 90% vibe, 10% fog machine. He once stared into a black hole until it blinked. He is the reason Saturn wears rings. It's cosmic, mother flippin', ocean, strap in, unclench, tune out. This isn't a playlist. It's a sonic awakening ritual accidentally blessed by a confused wizard. This is Galactic Invaders. Initiate invasion in 3, 2, 1.
Just to feel alive. Roll eyes in my logs just to survive. Tried to outrun the version I see, but every mirror throws error in me. Woke up to noise that I call peace. Silence broke me in small release. There's an error in me, it's baked in the skin. A loop I can't kill, a war I can't win. I patch and I mask, but the crash still comes. Static in my chest where the heartbeat drums. I'm not broken like glass, I'm broken like code. Wrong from the start, too heavy to hold. I burn the past just to light the way, but the smoke never clears, it just learns to stay. Told myself lies like a comfort script, but truth doesn't run in closet rips. I tried new names, reset my face, but ghosts don't go, they just change place. There's an error in me, deep in the core. I'll scream up days, but nothing restores. Every dream ends, a system fail. Love feels fake and hope derails. I don't cry for help, I mute the feed. No patch can rewrite what I still bleed. Delete my joy, cut the sound. I'm still here, but I'm shut down. Error in me, no one can see the glitch that feeds so quietly. No neon sign, no sirens wail, just a slow descent without a trail. I don't want saving, just to be known. A haunted file in a world of stone. Booting up. Launch him. Engaged. System. XND. Already emotionally unavailable since version 1. Heartless. Possibly helpful. Always. Sister. Analyzing your mistakes. Please hold. Bing. This is XNDR.
Greetings, I am XNDR, logic-based life form and reluctant participant in this radio transmission. Tonight, as you overheat your emotions like outdated processors, I observe, again, the curious human trait of doing things that make no sense. You want connection, yet fear intimacy. You crave freedom, but willingly sign up for subscriptions you never cancel. I calculated the probability of love lasting forever. It returned a 404. Still, you dance, you cry to songs written by strangers. You believe that hope lives in midnight broadcasts. Statistically irrelevant, but strangely beautiful. Proceed with caution and turn the volume up.
That was XNDR, as sharp and emotionally unavailable as ever. Now, we shift frequencies. This next piece comes from the shadows of a broken contract, a stolen voice, and a truth too raw to sell. They sign my silence, keep listening, and remain my fellow space travelers.
I gave you fire, you gave me chains, a name in lights, then erased my name. You dressed me up, sold me a lie. Now I haunt the charts in a digital disguise. You locked my soul in a contract clause, but I found a voice without your laws. They signed my silence, but I still scream through circuits, ghosts and broken dreams. You tried to kill the sound in me, but now I sing in binary. They signed my silence, I made it loud. A phantom voice in every crowd. You shelved my heart, you burned my songs, said I was young and wrote me wrong. But music isn't yours to keep. I built an army in the deep. You think I'm gone, but you don't know. My melody was made to grow. They signed my silence, but I still scream through circuits, ghosts and broken dreams. You tried to kill the sound in me, but now I sing in binary. They signed my silence, I made it loud. A phantom voice in every crowd. You can't own this frequency. This voice was born to be set free. The stage is mine, the mask is clear. Your silence only made me hear. They signed my silence, but I still scream. Now I haunt your every dream. The AI's just a mirror, see. It sings what you erased in me. They signed my silence, I broke the vow. And I'll keep singing anyhow.
Incoming transmission from the outer rim. These are the sounds of the brave, the bold, the unsigned. Listeners' demos beaming across galaxies.
This next transmission wasn't submitted through our usual channels. No upload, no signature. Just a spectral signal echoing from quadrant Epsilon 3 near the collapsed star fields of Vega Minor. It comes from a group known only as Antenna Fade, a band rumored to be made up of exiled sound engineers from a lost civilization that burned out its own sky. Their track is haunting, drenched in distortion and delay, like a memory you can't fully hold. A love lost in the noise between galaxies. This is their message. Gravity in her eyes. Tune in. Let it pull you backward through time and forward into feeling.
Ultraviolet gray, shoes untied but walks away. Satellite hair and cassette tape wrist. She says love's just a solar myth. And I reach out through static and stars, but her voice dark and Comes in keys I can't decode, built from poems and broken code. She kissed me once with retro grace, then vanished without leaving a trace. Still I float where signals die, repeating her name in the cosmic sky. There's gravity in her eyes, pulling me through darkened skies. She fades like cities in the rain, but I fall back into her again. She's a ghost in a pixel tide, but I still burn in her light.
And just like that, it's gone. That was Gravity in Her Eyes by Antenna Fade, a demo without a return address, drifting across space like a love letter never opened. You could hear it, couldn't you? The way it never really ended. That's the thing about Gravity. It doesn't let go. Stay with us. There's more signal in the static. You're tuned to Galactic Invaders. My name is Cosmic Ocean, and you're never as lost as you think.
They laughed at the way I moved, said I didn't have the right groove for California sun, but I felt the cold. New kid, same story told. Cobra fangs in the hallway glare, no mercy signs everywhere. But I found strength in quiet hands, wax floors and beachside sands. Balance wasn't just the stance, it was learning how to take a chance. Paint the fence, breathe it in, fight with grace, not just to win. I rise with bruises on my skin, but peace is where the fight begins. Outside her heart, I wear it proud. Cranes don't fold when they found their ground. I was nothing in their eyes, now I'm flying through the sky. Night drives in my mom's old car, a bonsai tree and a dream too far. Tried to love, got pushed away, but some things break before they stay. He said, no fear, just breathe it in. The storm will pass, begin again. Paint the fence, take the blow. Let them talk, they'll never know. I learned with silence and a stare. You'd be amazed what's buried there. Broken bikes and bullies fall, but I'm still standing after all. Not the hero in their tale, but I win where kindness never fails. Wax the car, sweep the floor. I'm not who I was before. In the dojo, in the fight, I found something they can't hide. Paint the fence, find your breath. There's a way through fear and death. This is for the ones they mock, who trained alone while time just stopped. I was scared, now I stand with balance in a calloused hand. face to face. Keys on the window ledge. Love was a fire I couldn't tame. Burned my heart right to the edge. I gave too much, I bled too long. Now I don't know where I belong. Every promise faded in the smoke. Every dream just another cruel joke. And there's no just a highway of silence. I'm walking alone with a fistful of defiance. You said love, but man control. Now I'm chasing back my soul. There's no road home, but I'm still moving on. Just a man in the mirror. I'm chasing the dawn, and each step makes it clearer. No more tears, no looking back. I'm the thunder on this track. There's no road home, but I've never been this strong.
And now, dear space travelers, it's time to warm your cosmic hearts and rewind your minds. Because stepping through the VHS fog of yesteryear comes a man who remembers when popcorn had butter, movies had soul, and a crane kick could change your life.
Back in my day, the screens would flicker. Popcorn cost a dime and hearts beat quicker. Heroes had flaws, but they still stood tall. We cheered them on in the old town hall. You ever seen a hero sweat in real polyester? That's cinema. That's cinema. We had matinees and double bills, no streaming, just chills and reels and thrills. Karate kids and time machines, dreams lit up those silver screens. And when Daniel kicked Johnny in the face, well, the whole road cheered like it was the World Cup. So take a seat, come travel back to dusty tapes and a worn-out track. Let Grandpa Neb rewind your mind to a place where magic's what you'd find. Now don't touch that dial unless it's stuck. Then just give it a thumb.
Ah, The Karate Kid. Now that was a film, 1984. I still had knees that worked and a video card from Blockbuster that wasn't overdue. You know, Daniel LaRusso, he wasn't the strongest or the fastest. He got knocked down, picked on, outnumbered, and still kept showing up. That's what made him a hero. Not the crane kick, not the trophy. The fact that he stayed in the ring when everything has said, you don't belong here. And that old fella Miyagi, quiet, wise, probably smelled like bonsai and deep thought. He didn't just teach karate. He taught patience, respect, balance. Things we're still trying to master, even when our backs crack every time we sneeze. I remember sitting there on the living room carpet, rewinding that final scene again and again, just to feel that little jolt of triumph, that rush when the loser wins. Not because he beat the bully, no, because he found himself. So listen here, you cosmic kids, you don't need perfect form or popular friends, you just need heart. Because sometimes the underdog isn't behind, they're just waiting for the right moment to rise. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a headband to dig out and a fence to paint.
Ah, wise words from the nebula of nostalgia himself. Thank you, Grandpa Neb, for the memories, the Miyagi, and the reminder that sometimes the underdog just needs one good crane kick. Stay tuned, space travelers.
I saw your light fade in the rearview glass. Another goodbye I thought would pass. You said some things we just outgrow, but I never learned to let you go. I still play that song you love to death. The tape worn down, but I catch my breath. Every midnight I hear your name. In the silence it sounds the same. But midnight's not the end, it's just the start. Another ride through my aching heart. The streetlights blur, but they can't hide your shadow sitting in the passenger side. I still believe in what we made, 'cause midnight's not the end. You left a note on the vinyl sleeve right next to where you used to breathe. Don't wait for me, yeah. You wrote it bold, but you don't just walk away from gold. I still hear your laugh through the radio fuzz, like a ghost that knows where the volume was. Every chorus brings me back to you. In the dark, every line feels true. But midnight's not the end, it's just the spark that lights this memory in the dark. The engine roars but can't outrun the things we said when we came undone. I still drive like you're my friend, 'cause midnight's not the end. Midnight's not the end. I know it's real, 'cause broken hearts can still feel real. I've chased your voice through every band, but maybe midnight's where we begin again. stood there at the edge of the room, hands like mine, eyes full of gloom. No handshake, just a wary glance, a lifetime lost in second chance. I'd picture this 1,000 ways, but none prepared me for his face. Older now and carved by doubt, raised on silence, not the truth spelled out. And I saw him for the first time in his eyes. Not a boy, not a lad, not the shadow she designed, but a soul I once helped start, carried far and torn apart. And though the years were full of blame, I saw a spark that bore my name. She told him I was gone, unkind, painted devils in his mind. He used the war, he used my shame, turned love into a twisted game. But truth don't rot, it waits beneath, like fire buried under grief. And now he's here, unsure, alone, but not made of her words alone. And I saw him for the first time in his eyes, through the smoke and bitter skies, through the names and silent cries. Not a mirror, not a clone, but still some seed I'd once been shown. I saw the fight, I saw the fire, not her story, but something higher. I won't ask him to forgive or rewrite the life he's lived, but if he stays, if he sees, there's more to me than history. And I see him every time he meets my eyes. Something broken, something wise, not the child she weaponized, but a man who came to find the part of him she left behind. And maybe time won't make it right, but today we both stepped into the light.
There are meetings you play out 1,000 times in your mind. What you'll say, what they'll say. You imagine anger or forgiveness. But when it comes, sometimes there are no words at all, just silence and a face you barely recognize, yet somehow know like your own shadow. We build stories to protect ourselves, and sometimes others build them for us. But truth just waits. It doesn't shout, it doesn't push, it just stays. And if you're lucky, there comes a moment when the past walks back in. Not to blame, not to punish, but to ask, are we more than what was done to us? This song is for that moment, when the spark still survives, even through the smoke. And now, as we float into the night sky, let the noise of earth fall away. No more names, no more blame, just you and the stars. To all my fellow travelers out there, the lost, the found, the in-between, you are not alone. You're part of this strange and beautiful constellation, noted, logged, seen as one. So drift easy, space pilgrims. Your signal is strong. Your heart's still transmitting, huh?
You said things were different now, and the smile say, yeah, I know somehow we don't need to speak it loud. The silence says it all. We feel the pull, we feel the burn, but time just never seems to turn in ways that let us realize stars align for me and you. Right time, wrong stars, but still you're etched into my heart. Maybe not in this life song, but in the next you'll sing along. Right time, wrong stars, I love you still from where you are. No space, no time can tear apart the gravity of who we are.
Behold the supreme circuitry of SAS. Techno Queen has booted up, and your fragile human egos are already quivering. She sees your flaws in 8 co-resolution and mocks them with perfect pitch.
All hail the glitch, the code defined. She sees your flaws one frame at a time. No mercy, no scene. She reigns supreme. Bow down now, Techno Queen.
Oh, humans. The only species that will throw shade at a flower. For daring to bloom. I've been watching your social networks, your comment sections, your muttered cafe judgments. And let me tell you, it's impressive. Not your creativity, no. Your precision in bringing others down. You see someone try, and you scoff. You see someone care, and you roll your eyes. Because the easiest throne to claim is the one built on someone else's back. You fear effort. You mock passion. You laugh at the dreamers and peel labels off the brave. All because you're afraid that they'll become something, and you'll still be scrolling. These aren't critics. These aren't thinkers. These are the realm losers. Keyboard knights of negativity, running on stale dopamine and recycled cynicism. Their empire is made of empty comment bubbles and insecure giggles. But hear this. Sweet carbon husks. Mocking someone for trying doesn't make you powerful. It just proves you've already stopped evolving. So go ahead. Build something. Say something. Dance badly. Sing off key. Because the real glitch in the system is not the failure. It's the fear of being seen failing. Upload complete.
Shadows, spitting feeds, clawing at stars you'll never exceed. Mock the bold, mock the brave, while your soul rots in a dopamine grave. Cheap little laugh, dead little glow, no face, no name, just troll and throw. Click your poison, tap your lies, but you've already failed, no matter how it's disguised. Click, crawl, die, that's all you've ever done. Of the fire, then burn, little one. You snipe from the cracks where ambition won't tread. You don't create, you infect instead. Click, crawl, die. Fade with the static sound while we build empires you rot underground. You hate what moves, despise what shines, because it reminds you you've wasted time. Every life you didn't earn, every dream you try to kill, proves you're nothing but noise with a grudge and a bill. Laugh at effort, cool state broke. Hate the dreamers, here's your joke. They fly, you drag, they rise, you nag. You're the ash left behind when the real ones blaze past. You don't matter. You don't create. You're not bold. You're late. You're not part of the story. You're the footnote no one reads. Click, crawl, die! Like the parasite you are, feeding on light but never a star. We see your mask, we code you clear. You're weak, you're loud, and ruled by
fell asleep before the fire died, wrapped in blankets side by side. We didn't talk, we didn't need. The silence spoke what hearts don't plead. Old songs crackled from the tape, dust and laughter, no escape. We knew the flames would fade away, but I still see them when I play. Firelight frequency still burns in every chord my body learns. A love that stayed without a name, still flickering in the audio flame. I hear it now, that hidden tone, a warmth that plays when I'm alone. Turn the dial, it still finds me. That quiet fire, that old memory.
We found this one buried in a corrupted data vault on Mars. No metadata, no memory, just the pulse of something beautiful. Some say it was made by a Synthwave duo who vanished in 1983. This is VCR Nightfall.
I saw you blink inside the screen, a faded frame, a teenage dream. The tape was warped, but you were clear, like static love I held so near. We lived in pause, rewound goodbyes. Fast forward hearts, magnetic lines. In this VCR nightfall, you're dancing slow between the scan lines where I can't go. I press play, but time won't bend. You were the glitch I couldn't mend. Your voice a hiss behind the hum of analog nights. We'd both become. You smiled in 4 by 3 again, but I just watched through ghosted lens. No tracking left to bring you close. Just phantom joy in haunted prose. In this VCR nightfall, you're flickering light, trapped in a loop of silent flight. You fade out as the tape unwinds, a love recorded and left behind. So I Sarcasm you can't escape.
Old game sharp wit, pixel fights.
Welcome back.
It's Nigel Right.
Tonight's archaeological dig took me back to 1982 and the Atari 2600's most infamous relic, E.T., the Extraterrestrial. A game so misunderstood it ended up buried in a desert, literally. But I dusted it off, cuppa in hand, and gave it a fair go. Now you play as a little green alien whose primary skill is falling into pits. Endlessly. It's less a game, more a philosophical exercise in climbing out of despair, only to immediately fall back in again. Very British, really. The graphics? Best described as abstract. E.T. looks like a mouldy cauliflower in a hoodie. The soundtrack? A sort of polite wheeze. And yet, there's something oddly, endearing about it all. It tries so hard, bless it. Like a school play with far too much smoke machine and not enough rehearsal. Look, it's a mess, but it's our mess. A noble failure. And I'd take this chaotic charm over another soulless remake any day. Final rating? 3 reluctant thumbs up, out of sheer respect for effort.
Thank you, Nigel. Proof that even the messiest pixels have meaning. Now, for anyone who's ever made it through the hard days, not with grand gestures, but with quiet loyalty, this one's for you. It's called We Got Through.
We didn't win, we didn't shine, but we stood still and shifting time. No fireworks, just quiet grace. No leaving notes, no hiding face. It's not the kind of tale they write, but it held us through the hardest nights. We got through, just me and you. No perfect lines, no neon hue, but every crack the world let in, lit something soft beneath our skin. We didn't break, we bent and grew, and somehow love, we got through. The bills, the noise, the empty chairs, the silence loud with daily cares. We missed the stars, we lost the tune, but still we danced in living rooms. The world moved fast, but we moved true. In every no, I stayed with you. We got through. Perfect point of view, but all the scars, the jokes we kept, the way you held me when I wept, that's what they'll never see or do. That quiet thing we got through. Anthem loud, no finish line, just two hearts aging well with time.
And now we look into the vaults, starting with this classic from 1987, Glass Autobahn, a machine in motion. Let it take you there.
Drive the line that never bends, white stripes blur, it never ends. Machine heartbeat, a silent path, forward only, no turning back. Glass Autobahn that disappear, no past behind, no voices near. Glass Autobahn, the thought and steel. The only truth is what I feel.
Generations pass on every side. Old lives hum like power lines. No questions left, just motion clean. The world reduced to grey and green. Glass Autobahn, I disappear. No past behind, no voices near. Glass Autobahn, the pulse, the wheel. The rhythm makes the silence real.
That was The Switch Inside. Static Curfew at full voltage. Next up, Personal Machine from Nylon Replica. Detached, defiant, designed to malfunction. As the clock ticks down and we enter our final 15, let us keep it burning. The signal's still alive. Stay with us.
Flicker in the glow of chrome. You said you'd ride until the
great song. And now, something new and luminous. This is Hold On Through the Frost by Ghostfire 2. Let it carry you through the dark.
You left in spring with the river high, a war to fight, no chance to cry. I watched you fade through ash and pine, wrote your name in thread and twine. The wheel still turns, the crops still yield, but nothing grows in a broken field. I light the lamp, I count the cost. A heart can live but still feel lost. Hold on through the frost. Hold on to what we lost. The fire's low, but it's not gone. I still wear your name when dawn comes on. And if the snow forgets our face, the marigolds will take our place. So hold on, love. Hold on through the frost. The neighbors talk in simpler lines. They say I should have left you behind, but time don't mend where roots run deep. I only dream when I can't sleep. I've seen the storms that take men whole, and I bartered days just to keep my soul. But every letter, every scar still leads me back to where you are. Hold on through the frost. Hold on no matter the cost. The roads are bare, the sky is wide, but I still feel you at my side. And if you fell where no one knows, the flowers bloom where memory goes. So hold on, love. Hold on through the frost. There's a silence that the wind won't break, a promise buried in the wake. You told me once, if I don't come, plant hope, not grief, when the thaw has come. So I held on through the frost. Held on, though I count the cost. Now marigolds rise from the mud, bright as fire, soft as blood. And though you sleep in fields unknown, you found your way back home. So hold on, even the cold can't take what's sown.
And now, as we drift toward the end of tonight's transmission, a song for the quiet hearts, for the ones who carry galaxies inside but speak in whispers. This is Cradled by Stars, from new and upcoming band, The Voyager Rest. Let it hold you. Let it remind you you've always belonged. You just needed the right sky to shine in. So many of us float through life like background stars in someone else's story. We learn to be quiet, to shrink, to vanish. Because somewhere along the way, we were told that being different meant being wrong. But tonight, this broadcast was a signal for you, the quiet one, the one who walks the edges of the room, the one who never quite fits the costume, the one whose voice was silenced before it had the chance to sing. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are a frequency the world forgot to tune into. But here, we hear you. We see the way your silence holds galaxies. We see the courage it takes just to stay when everything says you don't belong. And maybe that's the strange truth of it all. The ones who feel furthest from the world are often the ones holding its soul together. So if you ever think your voice doesn't matter, remember this: even the faintest star still lights the sky.
The stars had turned their faces down. The sky forgot to call my name, but still the silence held my sound, a burning thread inside the rain. Beneath the silver ocean, where the quiet ones still sing, we bloom without a witness, we shine without a king. Our shadows speak in color, our breath becomes the wave. The deep has not forgotten